how do I put my relevance cross from just being a guitarist to a top brand? How do I come to that level? Your name is everywhere. How do you convert it to money value? I don't want to be very Fioke. There's nothing to show for it. Like, it's not easy for you to actually leave this sport to another level, because if you are working under some people in the industry, like, the industry doesn't want you to grow. They want you to remain at one spot. Anything that will make you leave that spot, they are threats to them. So this guy know what they are knowing. I don't want him to go with me. I'll cut him off.
There are artists, and then there are the artists behind the artists. Our guest today is the man whose sound has defined a generation of Afrobeats. If you have listened to a major hit from Davido, Tiwa Savage, or Kiss Daniel in the last decade, you have heard his magic. He is the secret sauce, the man with the golden touch on the guitar, blending high life and pop in a way that nobody else can. He's an award-winning artist, a producer, and often called Africa's #1 guitarist. His album, MAN, is a masterpiece of collaboration. Please put your hands together and make some noise for the guitar virtuoso, the legend himself, Fioke.
Yes, yo. So I go by the name of Mr. Ben, and I have the #1 guitarist, instrumentalist, producer, artist, A&R, and my brother, Fioke, in the house.
See, I'm
I
always
like you
hype,
to-
See, as I humble. You hype too much.
I'd like you to introduce yourself by yourself. Just a few words. Let's just know
Yo
you.
guys, this is Fioke, aka oh my god, it's Fioke, your #1 Afrobeat recording guitarist,
Yes.
producer, artist, A&R, as Benji said, music director, and a very loyal nigga.
My people, he's a very busy person, and I'm very, very honored and privileged to have him here, because I know he's very busy. And we're going to keep this very short. The purpose of this is to get people to understand the synergy and the connection between making music and making money off your music. And it's something that I've seen you do over the years, as you have evolved from not just a guitar player, an instrumentalist, to a producer, to a talent yourself, to a music maker, to somebody that owns royalties spread across, the music catalogs of one of the biggest artists all over the world. My #1 question to you, and this is for the people that are watching and people that are in the webinar, the class, or YouTube. Fioke, please just tell them what your #1 issue is, your #1 problem in terms of crossing over from just a talent to somebody that can have several streams of income. What was your major issues? Not just one, like what are the major issues?
First of all, you have to be street smart. You need to know what you're in for, because the industry is a mafia industry. As long as you're loyal to some people, you need to understand that you need to take the bull by the horn. Another thing is, with my 23 years of experience in the industry, I understand the difference between music and music business. Then I understand the difference between sound and business sound. So I grew up first not trying to sound like anybody. I tried to create the way I sound because I wanted to stand out. I wanted to be on my own lane. Like I say, if I want to pass through this door, I can decide to pass through a different route and still get to the door. So every other instrumentalist are actually seeing instrument as a guitar as instruments, while I see guitar as my microphone. So it actually helps me to cut down. Maybe if I wanted to be talking too much, I decided to slow down a bit because I want to pass message as a guitarist. So as a guitarist, I decided to make sure that I talk with the guitar, not sing or not play with the instruments. I sing and talk with the guitar. So that really helped me a lot. Then I understood the power of melody, what people want to hear at a particular time. Then I realized that growing up in the industry, this part of the world, they don't really appreciate people that play instruments. If you hold a microphone and you even cough without singing, they will appreciate you. They will add more value to you than even people that play instruments. So I now said that, how do I put my relevance cross from just being a guitarist to a top brand? How do I come to that level? So I started strategizing, First of all, aside from jazz, in the 2009 Muson Jazz Festival, we did the best performer with my best player. We used to call us Pure and
Okay.
Simple then 2009. After the whole show, they were doing interviews. They say, "Oh, what your best performance?" People were saying Pure and Simple, because that was the name. They are now asked the guy that brought the show, and the Muson people say, "When is the next edition?" They say next year. I
Wow.
just told myself, enough of jazz. I'm not going to be doing jazz in Nigeria first.
Mm.
I decided to say, okay, how do I go into the mainstream industry, Afrobeat industry, where artists are singing, people can actually listen to my sound as well. So, fun enough, and I was lucky enough to meet Bankole along the line.
Mm.
That was where I recorded guitar on
Mm.
Scapegoat by
Mhm.
the Bunch, and that song became a hit song. So that was my first major hit song, an
Mm.
Afrobeat song.
Mm.
So I became the Bunch guitarist. From there, I did get the video Gobe to Woju. So what actually blew me up as a guitarist, because then I didn't get credits,
Um,
but industry guys around the industry know for me to be behind the bench playing guitar, I must have been the guitarist on that Scapegoat.
mm.
Then Woju, Emperor Jizzy came and looked out for me with Kublon, and we did that Woju. So when you were downloading Woju, they wrote some articles. Uh, TJ Kublon team up with Fioke, the guitarist behind Scapegoat, to produce this
Mm.
hit song.
Mm.
So when Woju became a hit song, people were reading the small article. Oh, so there's Fioke, and there was Fioke on Scapegoat. So they're
Mm.
now making reference to a hit song that I played before that I didn't know,
Mm.
plus
Mm.
another hit song. So for this guy to be on this hit song and the previous hit song, that means there's something about him. Let's start looking for him. Udi Woju did Yanya way, applauded say Yemi
Mhm.
Adeki
Mhm.
sing
Mhm.
to make him
Mhm.
to pick up Adekunle Gold Rente, see me a first single Thief, to Smile for Me, Jeremy. Before you know, all the hit songs. Then 2014, I switched to Flavor from the bunch.
Yeah.
We now did all those hit songs to a Gillet Traveler album, Thankful album,
Mhm.
Flavor of Africa, where you have doings, levels. Now, playing on these things, just be you, if you're having credits, your name is everywhere. How do you convert it to money value? You know what I'm saying? So I now say, okay, I don't want to be very few, okay, then there's nothing to show
Nothing.
for it. Like, sorry to say, like Fela instrumentalist, I don't want to believe in my past glory. So I now said, okay, what's business behind this music that I'm doing itself? Because I used to realize that artists, you see them, they like buy big cars, buy big houses, but the producers and the creative guys behind the scene, nothing to show for it. Then when I now realized that there's something called publishing.
Mm.
2015, I registered the publishing society in the UK called PRS for Music. Then from there, I got my publisher from America, capture the sound of music. It's not easy for you to actually leave this sport to another level, because if you are working under some people in the industry, like the industry doesn't want you to grow. They want you to remain at one spot, so that when they travel to anywhere, they always come back to see you in that spot. Anything that will make you leave that spot, you are a threat to them. So your growth is a threat to the system. So me, I thought about it like, okay, you have to be strategic when you're making some kind of decision. So I decided, okay, I want to grow from just being a guitarist to top artist. How do you do that? Aside featuring artists, because I already feel everywhere. First of all, I didn't get credits on all these songs. People only were only hearing guitar, guitar, guitar. I say, okay, how do I even make people know that I'm the on the guitarist on this song? First of all, some of them they said, Fioke, I will give you credit, I will give you credit. When they release a song, you will see credits. Sometimes can be very depressing, and I decide to be working smarter than them. Decided to do Fioke cap, decided to promote myself. Then I created that, oh my god, it's Fioke. So
Mhm.
once I stopped going to their studio to record in my studio, so that when I send you my stems, I will tag my Fioke on it.
Mm.
So some they didn't find it funny, but some actually allowed it. At some point, before you know, with Fioke, oh my god, it's Fioke was everywhere. Then I now realized that some artists were not even begging me for, but I beg,
Make
no
sure you
forget
put. Make sure
to
you
put
put
that,
it.
oh my god, it's Fioke. You see, sometimes if you don't force these things,
You will not
it will
happen.
come for you, come to you. Then from my first single as an artist, because I wanted
Mhm.
to graduate from being a guitarist to an
To a
artist.
recording artist. Yeah.
Yeah, as a top guitarist. The first single was Independent Woman featuring
Mm.
Jumabi. From there, I recorded Very Connected. That Very Connected was recorded before even the
Mm,
song with
recording
Ricardo
artist.
Bass and Tiwa with Flavor. So when Ricardo Vance and Tiwa, we did that song, it became a hit song. So that thing just upgraded me from just a top guitarist to an artist. So I was able to break into that mainstream industry because artists and producers like going to a club, you have a VIP and a VVIP. So artists were at the VVIP level, while we instrumentalists and producers are at regular level. So I was able to have access to that their platform as a top guitarist and artist as well. So I took it up from there because you need to take advantage of every opportunity. So then I now dropped that flavor zone
Yep.
before
Yep.
I did Skippy and Simi, Skippy Mastercraft, JPZO, I did Tenny, I did Davido and Peruzzi, I did Simi and Oxlade. Before I said, okay, I think album should be next.
Mhm.
So all these things, I've been able to gather catalog where I can be
Good.
streaming songs
Mhm.
from my own masters,
Mhm.
only my masters from
Mhm.
Fioke Records.
Mhm.
Then I see record guitar for people on
Of
their
course.
songs.
Of course.
Then yeah, in the publishing, I started introducing publishing, bringing publishing idea, which they didn't find it funny at all. Say, who are you? Who are you coming to
Mhm.
draft? So it's the worst thing that can happen to any artist or anybody working with artists that don't, some artists that don't understand the music business. They always feel like you're coming to rip them. They're trying to rip them. They don't understand that there's a difference between publishing and digital sales revenue. So publishing is like retirement plan. Publishing has to do with production team, production and writing. So when you share this idea to artists that don't know anything about it, you become a threat. You know what they do? They avoid you.
They try. They
They
avoid.
avoid you because first of all, and the ones that know about it, so this guy know what we are knowing.
Mm.
I don't want him to grow with me. I'll cut him off.
If this is the last question, I don't
Yeah.
want to keep you for too long.
Yeah.
If there's one thing you want to advise any artist, instrumentalist that wants to take their music and their talents to the next level and make money of them, from your experience, one advice that looking back, if I had known this earlier, or if I have done this earlier, I would have, just one advice looking back.
My simple advice for artists, upcoming artists, and upcoming guitarists, which some of them are already facing this challenge I used to face in the first back in the years back. Trust me, it will never stop.
Mm.
Artists will never, some of the artists, especially the older generation artists, will never want you to grow to tap from their success.
Mm.
They'll just want you to pay you off, and you don't have anything to attach to themselves. They don't want to attach you to themselves. They just want to pay you off and go. But they don't understand that it doesn't stop them from growing. The industry is big for everybody to actually shine. But I respect this new generation artists. You know what they are doing as they are growing in the industry. They understand what they call split publishing, and they give room for everybody to grow with them. So my advice for any upcoming artist: apply wisdom when you're working with these top guys, because always observe your environment, watch their body chemistry and everything, so you know that this is person you're working with has your interest, so you know how to strike. You know what I'm saying? So just keep building your catalog. Make sure you build your craft. Make sure that your value goes up every time. Keep creating content. Social media is top now, and so TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Make sure you post your contents. Keep your relevance going up every day. You must post something, because if you drop, your value will drop. Because artists want to see you doing something good for yourself, so that they can actually pay you for the value that you're charging them for. That's why I see every day I'm doing something for myself, posting. I try to be better every day. So for upcoming artists and instrumentalists, make sure that you know about music business, study your publishing, read about mechanical and physical performance publishing. It's very important, so that when you are discussing music business with any artist, you'll be able to know what you are saying. This will add to your confidence when you are talking. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. Thanks for your time.
Oshe.